Actually, I also don't do conversation in the morning because it's really difficult to manage time, and we are girls, so we have to do some household chores. So it becomes difficult. As you said that you are not available at in the evening, that's why.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine, and I'm grateful that you have chosen this particular time. No, no, actually, you already have a confidence and your communication skill is damn good, so don't worry about this. When it comes to body language, and I think all the girls are gifted for the body language, so they don't need to improve anything. Actually, I'm Vivek Kumar from Sangrur, Punjab. My mama calls me Vinu. And I'm a kind of person who believes in to radiate positivity, love, inspiration. And my main purpose is to support more and more people, to help more and more people, to make their day better. And if I feel like I made someone smile any particular day, and it feels like it was my one of the most best day. So this thing I carry forward in my daily life. And right now, I'm a motivational speaker, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a life coach, and right now, just for making money. I'm doing a normal job as well. I'm a salesperson too.
Okay, great introduction. I can see your English is very fluent. You are speaking very well. So,
Thank you. It really means a lot to me.
what are your struggles that you have faced in this English learning journey?
Mm, the main struggle when I feel like I'm not going anywhere and everyone feels the same thing when we are trying to do particular thing, but it feels like we are not going anywhere. And sometimes our efforts are being restored, but we don't realize that particular thing. We want instant result. And when I chase this terminology, then I feel like I'm not going anywhere. But when I realize my purpose, and my purpose I already have shared to you, and somehow I connected this English language just to serve the people, to connect with the people globally. And when I realize that whenever I'll become fluent, whenever I'll become at that particular level where I want to go, I would be serving the people globally. I would be addressing the people on a stage. I would solve the problem at that time. And this particular purpose helps me a lot to keep going in this journey. Sometimes it feels dreary, sometimes it feels so much frustrating. And still, I'm in this journey and I'm glad I'm still doing all the things that I want to do.
Amazing. In this journey, this is one thing is very common that we want instant results. And the
Hmm.
many subscribers also complain that I can understand English, I can read English, I can write English, I cannot speak.
Exactly.
I always suggest that everyone face this problem, but what matters that our actions are matters a lot. Like how we are putting ourselves outside and we are trying to speak English.
Hmm.
That that help us to speak English. Right?
Actually, this thing feels at that time when sometimes we are good at English, sometimes it feels like we are killing it, and sometimes it feels like we are making mistakes. So this thing automatically puts us down every time, and it feels like we are not going everywhere. Sometimes it feels like whether we are improving or not. Like yesterday, I was feeling the same thing. I was trying to practice. There are some people in our life before them we feel like we are helpless, and walk me through your experience, like what kind of challenges that you have faced, and how did you get an idea to become a YouTuber, and on which niche you are working right now.
Okay, so let me take you the past time. So when I passed out my 12th, I had no idea about English. Like I used to study English as a subject only so that I can pass the exam. So that's why I
Okay.
used to study English. Otherwise, I always hated English a lot.
Uh,
But
right
after
now,
my
sorry to interrupt. Talk of the devil, and the devil is here. Now Neha is calling me up.
whenever we complete our schooling, then we realize that we need to focus on our career now. So we become
Hmm.
little bit sure. That's what I started thinking that my childhood dream is from my childhood I have this dream that I want to become a cabin crew. Okay, so then I realized that to become a cabin crew I must know English language. Then I started working on English, and now it's been 4 years I am speaking this language. Like in the starting 3 years, I was just reading, writing, and understanding English, but I
Hmm.
didn't start speaking English. But in this year, in 2024, I started speaking So yeah, that's what you can see. I am speaking English.
So, how it feels like to spend such a long time in this just learning one skill? Sometimes feels like how much time it will take, and it feels like so much frustrating. And when this journey will end, and when I'll focus on another skill of my life, because sometimes I feel the same thing as well. Because there are so many things I want to try to learn. There is public speaking, storytelling, because I want to become a motivational speaker. Right now, I'm doing the same thing, but not at that particular big level, and it will take a natural time. Then I feel like when this journey will end, when I'll focus on that particular thing, because I only have given 5 years to me to become what I want to become.
Yeah, whenever we work on one thing only, we feel frustrated. And these are the things, or learning English or achieving any other goal. These are the process. It takes time
Hmm,
to learn.
exactly.
So 4 years, it is really a big journey, a long journey. I mean, so in this journey, most of the time I felt frustrated. I felt like I cannot do this. I cannot speak English. English is not something made for me. I
Hmm,
I remember many scenarios. I cried a lot just because of English that I'm not able to speak English. I cried a lot. I remember those situations. You know what?
hmm,
I joined one spoken English classes for 1 month. There I learned so many things, and where I used to see like students, other students, they used to speak English fluently, and I was new here, new there, so it was really like crying situation for me. Like people are speaking English more fluent, and they are
hmm,
younger to me, and they are speaking, and and I, like I have no talent and I cannot learn English. These kind of negative things came into my mind, but I always pushed myself in an uncomfortable zone that yes, I have to speak English no matter how, and I have no other options. So yeah, this is how I just put myself always in uncomfortable zone. I I used to not like talking with anybody, but still
hmm,
I try that I have to do this, and this
hmm,
is how I gain confidence as well, and I'm speaking English as well. I know there are many areas where I lack in confidence as well, and sometimes I make mistakes as well. But the
hmm.
mistakes, it is a proof that I'm learning.
Exactly. Actually, exact thing I just I just about to mention through a quote. I read a quote, and it was about if a man is not making mistake, then he's not doing anything. I was just about to mention that particular point through a quote, and you just stole my words. I'm an avid reader, so whenever I feel like there is some kind of example that I could mention, so I mention. I love to do.
Are you living with your family or with your friends outside your hometown?
No, no, actually, it's in my hometown, and right now in my home, I'm living with my family, my two cute parents, so I'm enjoying my time.
Okay. So, as we all know, 2025 has started. So, have you made any resolutions for this year?
Uh, Actually, when it comes to resolution, the only thing that is in my mind, in which I'm working right now. First of all, I wanna improve my emotional intelligence. I'm working on that. And another thing is I'm working to break my addictions. And I have two addictions, and I can mention that you already know. So I'm trying to break in all these kind of addictions as well. So actually, I'm tracking my habits. I'm doing all these kind of things. But yes, I got 50% result. But I have an idea that how can I improve this. One of my friend had told me about the technique. Whenever I feel like I'm feeling that particular thing, so I can drink a lot of water, I can walk, I can divert my mind, and I can listen some music. So I'm following her technique, and this thing helping me a lot. And I'm trying to control my temptations, desires, whatever it feels like. We can say that when it comes to addiction. So this thing working me a lot. I'm glad I'm surrounded by so many supportive people and friends, and these things helps me a lot to work on myself.
Amazing. So,
Thank you.
you improve personally and professionally. And next question would be in 2024, what you have learned? The most valuable lesson for
Most valuable lesson, actually, I can say it was a piece of advice that I heard from Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Actually, I was just scrolling through the YouTube and I came across her video. It was a short video, and she mentioned in that video like, if you really want your time is to be respected, you have to respect the time of the people. And this thing completely transformed my life. And right now, I try to give time of every person and I try to respect the time of every person until over the blue something happens with me. But I try give time to every person, literally every. Like if I'm on off, I still pick the call of the customer and I still give the reply and solve their problems the way they are feeling right now. And I give their solutions as well. So this thing makes me feel like I'm doing something good and I'm serving the people directly, indirectly. So this thing helps me a lot. And right now, I'm doing all the things that I wanted to do just because of I'm giving the proper time to the people and I'm attracting the support, the kind of support that I was looking for. And just because your example, like I just making a call to you and it got randomly connected and we become friend in that call. And that's how I comforted you somehow, and you got interest in me to this kind of conversation. So I could have cut the call because you were not in that good frame of mind. But I consider myself, she had a bad experience. It's not her problem. Actually, it's not her mistake. So it was just a problem, and I connected myself with that kind of situation. So that's how I managed myself, and we got a good conversation. And at that time, right now, we are just here just because of this particular lesson.
you. Yeah, you are really amazing person. You
Thank
know
you so
what?
much.
Time is the thing that we cannot buy with money. Everything we can buy, but your time
Hmm.
is the thing you cannot buy. Once your
Exactly.
time has passed, you cannot buy that. You know what?
Exactly.
What I think to give first to respect other, you have to respect their time as well. Because I
Exactly.
know I'm busy, but I also have some work. If I'm not doing any job, but still I have some work, so you have to respect my time as well. And on the other
Hmm.
hand, I have to respect your time as well because you are doing already job and still you are managing
Exactly.
me
Hmm.
because
Thank you so much.
conversation, and just because of that you are just managing time for it. So yeah,
Hmm.
this is the one thing that I really admire, that we have to respect each other's
One thing that I feel like apologetic for this kind of setup, it was totally unspontaneous.
time. No, it's not. And
Actually, my room is a little bit messy and there is a very less space and the stuff is lot. Right now, you already have saw that I just dropped all the quiz down on the floor before making this call.
it's not. Actually, it is my study room. That's why it is clean because when I study, whenever I see that something is messy, so I cannot work, I cannot study. That's why
Hmm.
I try to keep my room, this room, clean and neat. Otherwise, there are many rooms as well, and they are as well messy because I have younger sister. No matter how many times I am insisting her that keep your things uh, right place, but she don't obey me. She don't act
Yeah, but
because she's a child.
hmm, yeah, but I'm not that much lucky when it comes to space. I only have two rooms in which we two people sleep, and in the downstairs room, my parents sleep. So we have three members, and we are only have two rooms, and everything I do in this room. But I dedicated a particular corner of my every practice. Like I dedicated my left side where I study, this side I sleep, and there are so many corners. I do my entertainment, I do my eating because I believe like whenever we do any particular thing at a particular place, we creates our energy, and that energy helps us to keep focus in that particular thing. And I try to do everything on a particular time because I heard that actually I listened that quote from Jay Shetty. I'm a big fan of Jay Shetty, and he said that place has energy and time has memory. Whenever we do any particular thing on a particular place, then times remembers us and we remembers the time and we create the energy and energy helps us to keep continue to go into that work whenever we feel like we are not able to do that particular thing. But this thing always happen when we do multiple things at multiple place. Like at the same place we are sleeping, at the same place we are eating, at the same place we are
Hmm.
using our phone and we are entertaining ourselves. And these things doesn't help us to do any particular thing, and that's why we are not focused. So this thing helps me a lot. So that's why I do any particular thing at particular corner. And sometimes my mama feels like it's a bit cold outside. You can sit on the bed, you can eat as well, but I'm not comfortable. And I sit on the floor, and that particular corner I dedicated just to my eating, and this corner I dedicated to my studying. So I do. Sometimes it feels like I'm doing a crazy thing, but still it's helping me a lot.
These things are really important. Like you are sleeping in same bed and you are studying if in that bed. So definitely you are gonna sleep. Okay, you are
Hmm.
not gonna study. That's why I also don't um, use bed to study. I always do my study on table or sitting on chair.
Hmm.
And it's
Okay.
about JPT, so I have subscribed his channel as well, and I watch his podcast, and I have read one book as well, Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. It was really I read that
Hmm.
book a few months ago. Do you read books?
Okay. Actually, it's in my bucket list. I It's in my Amazon list actually. And another book that Jay Shetty has written, Eight Rule of Love: How to Find It, Keep It, and Let It Go. These two
Hmm.
books I'm gonna order whenever I feel like let's read something else, because I already have so many books to read, and I'm all worried that first I would complete all these books, and after that I will start something new. And still I have 15 to 16 books to read, and in few months I've ordered a lot of things. Still there are 3 to 400 books in my Amazon list, and I don't feel like any particular popular book that relates to self-help still remain. Like every title is in my Amazon wish list.
Okay, so how many books have you read till now?
mm, right now I've completed 7 to 8 books, and right now I'm working as a on particular book, Emotional Intelligence, written by Daniel Goleman. And I'm trying to hold my emotions so that I could control, so that I could deal any particular situation and identify the situation where I can express myself freely, and try to handle everything the way I need to handle. So these are the things. The best thing is people don't have awareness, and I'm a little bit aware about myself. Whenever I feel like I need to do that particular thing, and I started working on this thing. Sometimes I do the work on multiple things as well, and it takes a time, but I'm still doing it.
Yeah, reading books is one of my hobby. I also read books a lot. I also have so many books here. Right now, I can do it. Also. You can see in my videos, like YouTube videos, how you set your mind, then your subconscious mind starts behaving in that manner and starts giving you those things. Whatever you are thinking, you are attracting those things. Do you believe in this thing? Because
Actually, I'm living with these things. Like I totally believe. I've been working on this thing since an year, and this thing completely transformed my life. The moment I started believing in this thing, the moment I started believing in law of attraction and energy and vibrations, and I felt like I got some kind of superpower. Like whenever I felt like I need to do this particular thing, and this thing was happening in my life just because my thoughts and my beliefs were aligning with my actions, then I felt like I can control everything. Like my situations got changed. I started interacting with beautiful people. I started making so many friends, and I learned a lot. I'm still in this journey, and that's how I got a chance to interact with you, just because of this kind of mindset. So yes, I can say that it's a kind of superpower, and I make the people to believe in this kind of superpower as well. But it's totally up to them. Sometimes they don't receive that kind of thoughts, and they reject the thoughts. It's totally up to us. We have the power to accept or reject the thoughts, and I totally believe to only radiate positive thoughts, positive things. And whenever I go, I feel like I need to say something else that may change value or life of that particular person. Like once in a time, I went to Baskin Robin. And after that, I just had my ice cream, and I just randomly said to the girl, one day this showroom will be yours, and you will have your own showroom. And I don't know how that particular girl received that thought, whether she received that thought or reject that thought. But if that any person received that particular thought, and he or she might get her purpose of her life. So our words can play very major role in anyone's life. I believe this way.
Yeah, I also believe. I used to not believe, but ever since I started reading books, I started believing in all these things. Because most of the time I read self-help books, non-fiction books. I read, and in each and every book, every author explains that you have to believe in law of attraction. Your thoughts are attracting those things, whatever you are thinking, whether those things are negative or positive.
Hmm.
And you know what? When I learned law of attraction, that what is law of attraction and how we attract things towards us, then I realized that yes, just because of my negative thinking, I have lost so many things. But that time I used to blame God that this is happening with just because of you. But it all was happening just because of my thinking, my negative thinking.
Exactly. In the universe that helps you a lot. Just trust on the process, believe on the timing, and don't feel like if I feel that particular way, then my work won't happen. I won't get the results. You will get the results, but you have to be in that particular frame of mind so that you could put your energy, so that you could give 110% on that particular thing.
So I think now it's time to conclude this conversation.
Okay. Actually, I was started enjoying this conversation, but we have to make our exit because it's time to go to my store.
Really great conversation, and I'm really blessed that you managed time in your
No,
busy schedule.
no, no. I'm a kind of free guy. I don't have anything to do. I'm just learning my English. I just upload video on a weekend basis. I'm doing my job. There is nothing that much. Actually, I had a time, and that's why. Actually, I'm blessed that you chose that time that was comfortable for me. So it was a wonderful experience, and I'm looking forward these kind of conversation. More that the only thing that I wanna say, just be confident, go with the process, don't attach with yourself with the outcome, and just knock them dead. You have all kind of confidence. You have the powers to become a cabin crew member, and you will nail it definitely. My words are with you. My blessings are with you,
Thank you so
and
much.
just accept my thoughts and accept my words. You will definitely make it.
Thank you so much. Okay,
Mhm.
bye then.
Okay. Bye. Have a great day.
Bye.